guys, welcome to Chef Ken's Kitchen. I hope this week hasn't been too tough in this time of lockdown, but hey, nevertheless, I've got two new exciting dishes that will whet your appetite today, and they are pan-fried cod with vegetable lasagna, to follow by I've got your old classic, one of the old English classics, which is bread and butter pudding. The ingredients that I'll be using today for my roast cod dish will be roast cod, obviously, the main focus of the dish. For the vegetable lasagna that I'll be using will be some leaf spinach, some sliced carrots, some aubergine, some sliced red onions, and some vegetable stock. And also with the lasagna, I will be using mozzarella cheese. Without further ado, let me start off by assembling the lasagna dish, because it's the dish that will take the longest to cook. After the lasagna, I'm gonna roast up the cod and plate it up after. And once again, the veggies that I did say that I will be using earlier are some spinach, carrots, some butternut squash, some courgettes, some red onions, and some mozzarella cheese with vegetable stock. And this is the fun part, that you can even get your kids involved in doing this, you know. So what I always like to do when I'm doing a lasagna, especially vegetable lasagna, I always like to start off with the hard vegetable, which here the hardest vegetable is the carrot, is the one that takes the longest to cook. So I always place it at the bottom of the dish like this. So just gonna be placing it like that. The aim for this is to make sure that the whole base of this dish is covered in the carrots, like this, all nice and covered. Then to follow, some cheese. This is to bind it together, to hold it together during the cooking process, like that. Then your next hard vegetable here will be the butternut squash. So just over the cheese again, like that. All evenly. And once again, another cheese. So in between every layer, some cheese, like so. Then your next vegetable here will be the onion, like that. Like that. This onion will give it a nice contrast to the lasagna. Again, another cheese between every single layer, like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. Again. Sorry. Before the courgette, I'm gonna just place the spinach first. So as you can see, just placing the cheese again over this, and aubergine to finish. After some of this stock that I made earlier is literally pimento, water, salt, some Maggi cube, some black pepper, and a little bit of Cajun seasoning inside here with some thyme. I'm just gonna pour this over this meat over this like so. You don't want a lot of this in this mixture. In the lasagna you don't want a lot of it. Just want just enough. Because you gotta remember, carrots is water, so it's gonna ooze out its own water as well. Aubergine is also packed full of water as well. So literally all these vegetables in here are quite watery, so it will ooze that water so when it's cooking. So that's the reason why I'm not putting a lot of water into this. So once again, as I said earlier, again more cheese again to finish it off. And then from here I'm just gonna get some foil paper. So we're just gonna foil wrap this now, like this. And cook it in the oven. I have already preheated my oven at about 200 degrees for about 5 minutes, so that it start the cooking process ASAP. So I'm just gonna place it in the oven like this. It being in the oven is going to be in the oven for about 15 to about 20 minutes. Yeah, let me take you through now. Now I'm going to get on with the cut. As you can see, it's a nice English fish, nice and white. So with this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place the cut on a chopping board like this and try to get some of this fat off like this. Now I'm using a rather controversial knife, because all my knife I left them at work, but because I'm in the comfort of my own home, hence the reason why I'm using this knife. I should be using a filleting knife to get this fat off. Like this, all this sinew, it's not good to eat. Like that. I've taken all the sinew off. It's nice. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna season it with some coarse sea salt. Like that, both sides. Alright. As you can see, my pan is now nice and hot. Without further ado, I'm just going to serve it from the skin side down. Like that. Like this. For about 2-3 minutes. Getting it cooked to color. With fish like this, it's a flaky fish, it's English fish, it's white. It's a white fish, English, and it doesn't take long to cook at all. So with fish like this, I would say roughly, especially like the size of it, it would take about say 4 or 5 minutes for it to cook. Don't need to put it in the oven because it's very thin. But if it was a thick cut of the fish, I will need to finish it up in the oven. gonna add in a bit of butter again. To give it a rich, buttery flavor fish. Is allowing all that buttery flavor, saltiness of that butter to go into the fish and give it a nice corner right there. It's already flaky. That's an indication to say that all the fish is cooked. So I'm probably just gonna lift this up like this, gently again, and just place it on here. In the pan with this butter, I'm going to add in some lemon juice. Let me just take you through the dessert for the day that I'm going to be doing today. Is once again, it's one of the old English classics, which is bread and butter pudding. And for this, I'm going to start off by putting some milk into the food mixer. So we're going to continue to put some more milk in here, like so. Photos. So about that 3 eggs. I'm doing it in this container just so that I avoid any shells being going into the mixture when mixing it together. So it's good to it's a good practice at all times and doing something like this. So say like that. Next, I'm gonna put this some double cream. Next, some vanilla for flavor. To follow, some sugar. A pinch of cinnamon, not too much, just a pinch, like so. Then we're gonna put this and process it down. As you can see, the mixture is all nicely whisked in together, so it's nice and eggy. And now we're gonna mount up the dessert together. So let's go, kids. Some of the bread that has already been buttered, like this. Some raisins. You can't make a bread and butter pudding without raisins. It will not be bread and butter. Some more of the solution. You're just going to keep mounting this up all the way to the top of the dish. As you can see now, it's nice and ready to go now in the oven, in a preheated oven at 150 degrees. I'm going to just leave it in there to cook for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to check it to make sure that it's cooked. As you can see, there's the vegetable lasagna. It's nicely coated in cheese all over. It's nice and brown. It's not too dark. The vegetables are cooked evenly. And without further ado, I'm just gonna place the main focus of the dish, which is the cod. Like this. Today I'm gonna be garnishing it with some leaf salad. I like it with leaf salad because it's healthy. It's nice and crunchy. It gives a different taste to the dish. Just gonna place it like that. To finish off with some of this burnt butter or noisette. And tell me if that doesn't look appetizing, guys. If it doesn't look appetizing, then I don't know what will look appetizing out there. And voila. Come and talking with me, guys. Alright, for my garnish for my bread and butter pudding, I'm going to be garnishing it with some glazed strawberries. And for the glazed strawberries, what I'm going to be using is some icing sugar. And before that, I had preheated my pan, and so I'm just waiting for it to come up to temperature. I think now the pan has come up to the heat. I'm just gonna put in some icing sugar in there, so it's just gonna melt. And when this icing sugar melts, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put that strawberry face down and just let it glaze for a minute or two. Now, as you can see, the icing sugar is all nice. It's all melted now. I'm just gonna place this like that, just for 30 seconds and out. Let me check the dessert. Oh, it's nice. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful, guys? Look at that. It's nicely risen. It hasn't burned. It's got nice coated all over, nice and golden brown. So now I'm just gonna place it on my dish like this, and I'm gonna garnish it with the glazed strawberries, and to finish off with some icing sugar. Oh guys, how can I be so numpty? How can I make an old classic English dessert without custard? Custard, anyone?